Hi
Yeah,
Pooja, welcome to Filmfare Middle East. First of all, what's the headspace like? We saw the trailer of Deva. We've been seeing the equation between you and Shahid. There's
yeah.
so much buzz about it.
I'm excited, of course. My film is coming out. There's always excitement. And I think I'm just excited for people to see me in a new light because my character in this film is very raw. It's very real, intense. I'm playing an investigative journalist. And she's like the qualities of an investigative journalist is, they need to be like probably ask the right questions, probe in places people don't like when being probed. And for that, it requires a lot of guts, a lot of courage. So she's very bold in the choices she makes. And I felt that people in Hindi haven't seen me like that as yet. So I hope you like me as Dia.
Absolutely. In fact, that is what I was going to ask you. We've never seen you play such a strong and intense character in Hindi cinema. So I'm
Right.
sure this was one of the biggest draw for you to say yes to the movie as well.
Of course, I was very excited because I just felt people hadn't seen me like that, so I wanted to do these kind of roles. I think this year, the kind of films that I'm choosing and the roles, it's I just want to show me in a different light, and experiment and do play more characters, and that's the reason for doing it.
Absolutely. Okay, also you need to tell me what is the secret behind this amazing equation between you and Shahid.
I'm always happy when people say that the chemistry is worked or the chemistry is good. What is the equation? I think we get along. So I think that kind of translates to like celluloid. That's the most important thing.
But I think that this is one of the things that makes you so unique also because I think your chemistry with all your co-stars has been so amazing.
Thank you. I don't know. I think growing up, I've always loved love stories, like to watch. And I just love the concept of love. So, like my favorite films are always if they have a core thread of love in it. I like it. And it doesn't have to be a romantic love. It could be a father-daughter story. It could be a mother-daughter story. So I just love the relationships between two people. I think somewhere because I feel that about the films I watch, it translates into my work. And I'm happy people say that. Like it's I've sold the concept to you, and I'm happy.
Amazing, amazing. Because
Yeah.
also the thing is that we have seen you in such beautiful, like, playing such beautiful demure, gentle roles, playing the, you know, very pretty kind of roles. And suddenly here you are a little more in a different kind of a light, like you said. What is the real Pooja more like?
The funny thing is, I've always been a very shy kid, and I have always been very I've been an introvert. I have been uh, I'm a very internal person. So I feel like that's who I am. I'm goofy, I'm nerdy. I was a nerd in school. So I feel like I'm still yet to play a character which is most like me.
Wow.
So to me they're all or they are all characters. Having said that, there's a little bit of me in every character. I leave a little bit of myself. So there is a little bit of Pooja and Diya, even though she is bold, she's outspoken, which I am not in real life. She is and like I'm trying to play different characters. I think the director still needs to write who Pooja Hegde really is in real life on screen. I'm very clumsy, so when people give me compliments like, "Oh, you look really poised," and I like the way you carry yourself, I always feel like, wow, I've managed to really like change this perception because if you actually meet me, I'm always dropping something or the other.
Right, right, right. But Pooja, through your journey, you have played so many roles. Not just I'm talking about Bollywood, I'm talking across industries. You have, like literally the crossover queen, like, you're doing this and there, this industry and that industry. What has been what would you say has been your core strength through the entire journey? I'm sure, you've seen the highs. I'm sure you've seen the little low phases as well. So what has kept you going? What's that core strength coming from?
I think it comes from me just loving what I do. And I have this attitude of like, you know, I this never say die attitude, you right? Like I'm always the tenacity, and like I always want to move forward in life, and I always learn from my mistakes. I learn from, like, I genuinely just love films, and which is why I do what I do. Like genuinely when I'm shooting, I never feel like I'm working, I'm just very excited to be on set. And I think, and just to be able to play different characters, to be able to uh, you know be part of films. And like, to me, when I first saw my film in Tamil, it was the closest thing to magic, because I remember sitting in the theater and thinking all those shots that we took from so many different angles have come together to make this. Wow, it's like magic, right? So the more films I started to watch, the more I fell in love with cinema and films, because for me this path was never something that I even thought I could do. I didn't even think it's possible for me to do. And Because no one from my family had been part of this industry. And when I started to actually delve into films, I was very interested in the way we can tell a story. And to me, if I manage to inspire someone, if I manage to make someone feel like, oh, like I am playing them, like the character reminds me of
Right.
me. And if I manage to make somebody feel represented in my film, I would be very happy with that. So that motivates me.
Amazing. But also, you through the various roles, you've also worked with some of the biggest stars there are out there, including,
Mm.
like from Prabhas to now Shahid to Salman to now also with Surya, you're doing retro. So,
Yeah.
do you have like any of those, like personal favorites, biases, like, maybe you had a crush on someone during your teen years?
Ritik was one
Want to do that?
person that, yeah, like I crushed on growing up. And my first film in Hindi was with Ritik, which was like bizarre for me. I didn't even think, like, in my wildest dreams that I'd be working with him. Um, yeah, so I think it was Ritik.
Wow. Do you still have any such crushes that, that you wish that you'll get to a chance to work with now?
I think more than the word crush, the right word is people I admire their work. Like I'd love to work with Ranveer. I think he's a phenomenal actor. So that's someone I would want to work with. The other person I'd like to work with, like I've done ads with the Amitabh Bachchan sir, but I'd
Right.
love to do a film someday with him. So I mean, these are legends. Like Bachchan was a legend of Hindi cinema.
Okay. Also, from among the roles that you have done, like you said, you put in a little bit of yourself. So how easy it is for you to kind of, are you like one of those switch on, switch off kind of actors, or do you want to, does it kind of stay a little longer?
Or
How does that work?
depends on the scene. Depends on, like, for me, because like with Retro, which is the Surya film that you were talking about, I would play a very like intense character, and then because it has a lot of emotional moments and stuff, to me
Mhm.
that was a character that I felt like I had, like, it was staying with me so for a long time. And the funny thing is that I don't know if you've seen the Retro teaser, but I'm
Mhm.
playing a very different role from that to Deva. And I was shooting both of these films at the same time, which was a very big challenge for me. But I think, like, it takes me time to, sometimes if I'm doing a very intense scene, it takes me time to get out of it. But I believe that the more time you do these, more number of times you do these kind of roles, it kind of becomes easier to slip in and out of it.
Right, right. Also, one more question because you're playing an investigative journalist, just a little fun thing. If you had a chance to really become a journalist, who
Yeah.
would you want to interview? And what is a one question that you'll really ask?
Maybe Princess Diana. I find her very fascinating as a person. So maybe Princess Diana.
Okay, that's very interesting though.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Okay, just
Like,
one last question before we wrap up. Is there any interesting anecdote between you and Shahid or during the filming of the movie that you could share with us?
I think what a tip that Shahid gave me was like, during like when we shot Hasad Macha, he has this really huge mirror that he places in front of him and to watch his like moves. And I felt like it was a very good idea because after getting into hair makeup, sometimes you just want to see yourself and see how you're doing the step. So I used to be like, can I please use your mirror? And I would use it too. So it was a good tip.
Lovely. Pooja, thank you so much for talking to us on Filmfare Middle
Thank
East. I wish
you.
we could
Thank you.
actually meet up very soon sometime.
Yes,
You
hopefully
and
soon.
Bye.